Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to SimTraX Broadcasting. We are here with you live here at Lowe's Motor Speedway. Yes, Lowe's Motor Speedway. In other words, we are all the way back in the Legends series with this track. Qualifying is underway as we're seeing Michael Belansky out there. Whoa, already some trouble out of his car. Let's check out Stoney Benfield as we're going to take a look at his 75 machine. Getting around the track here tonight, as it's going to be oh so tough for these guys to be knocking down some solid times here tonight. Guys, if you're looking to join the NSR series, there will be recruitment races happening here very soon. Definitely, there's no better time than now to join up and definitely fill up this field. I guarantee you they've got plenty of spots. Claim your number, get out here and race. I know a couple of drivers are currently out for injuries at this point in time. I believe Devin Lockridge out there is one of them. He's got some back issues, so he's not going to be behind the wheel here tonight, but he will be up in the spotter booth. Still a few other things out there that people are going to be looking forward to here tonight, and Charlotte is definitely one of them. Bumpy track now. Whoa, as you can see, Stoney Benfield having to rotate that one around, as currently he's holding a 29.34 out there on the track.
Yeah, now I'm not quite sure how legacy we've gone back. The last time this track was paved was 2006. Are we actually running before that?
Yes, we should be before that, because after Lowe's Motor Speedway, it was then purchased by NASCAR and then turned to Charlotte Motor Speedway, and the Lowe's dropped off.
Wow. Okay.
Yep, so we should be before that, so everything will be a little bit weirder around the turns. Normally, I think if I'm remembering right, these turns ended up being a lot more on the flat end than being as banked as they are now, as we were taking a look at Justin Cope out there in the number 2. Seeing how he's doing out there in the Miller Lite machine. And let's go ahead, while we've got the moment, take a look at what our race is going to consist of here tonight. 200 laps is what we're going to be running tonight. Obviously, the longest race here of the season, 100% fuel limit, and they will now have 5 sets of tires down in the pits. Of course, no fast repairs, open setup, so we'll see if anybody has made any adjustments to see if they can help with the longevity here of this race. Seeing how few drivers we have, they will get spread out, so I would say fuel mileage, tire conservation is a must. There's going to be highly unlikely a whole bunch of cautions here, which, Stella, normally that's a pretty good thing, seeing that we are sitting at a 1.45 mile track.
Yes, it is, but we do have some interesting banking and turns, like you say. They're not high like Dega, but at least they're not super low. We should get some good turns in the corners. We've got about 95,000 people out there ready to watch in the stands, not to mention the suites.
All right, well, this is right before they started squeezing a bunch of extra seats between 1 and 2. As we see currently Mark Sikosi out there in the number 8 Budweiser machine, originally driven by Junior. Looks like Mark Sikosi is going to go ahead and wrap around here to knock down his first time here of the night. I'm taking a look over here at our stopwatch, and 29.38, not enough to take the pole, way off. He's got to pick up about another half a second here to come up with that spot. Currently, he'll be starting in the 6th position. And we're waiting for the last few drivers to trickle in here as the last 45 seconds tick off here of qualifying. Going to be a tough race here tonight with not a whole lot of side-by-side racing. If there is a caution, it should be back single file and going back at it again. Mark Sikosi nailing down a little bit of a faster lap, closer to the 29-second mark, 29.08. Right now, no one has been able to beat Johnny Avila, who is currently in the 88 machine. He is already parked down in the pit. And Russ Bover is going ahead and getting some of his last couple of laps down. Few drivers, at least a handful here, have not qualified. John Russo, Shane Wheeldon, Clint Mata, Justin Williams, and Jacob Kaplan. There's at least few guys that could have used some times out there. They'll be starting from the back of the field. Fortunately, they won't have to fight through a whole lot of it. All right, now they're going to go ahead and do a little bit of a driver's meeting here. Go ahead and square everything away. Now, Stella, with a track like this, everybody says they're more afraid of that tunnel turn out there. And do you have any idea as to why?
I'm assuming it could be from cross breeze or a difference in pavement.
Well, yeah, definitely the transfer out of 4 onto the straightaway. These guys having to bob up and down as they come through the start-finish line is where everybody gets a little slippery out there, and it tries to slide them up into the wall. So a couple of guys are going to be really testing it here to see if they can hang on. These cars want to step out to the side pretty quick out there, and I would say, whoa, good Lord, 47 is having nothing but trouble here tonight. That's the second time we've tuned into Michael Belansky to see him smack into the wall. Maybe we'll see if we can find somebody else who's got a little more traction out there. Jared Magoon, currently out there in the 99 X-Side machine. Hopefully we'll be able to see how well he can do here tonight. Now, my biggest question here is with such long laps here, you know, I would say if there are breakaways, what happens? I mean, how does fuel mileage go? How, you know, can some way quick run away with this and end up winning the race? Could they go wire to wire from the green flag drop all the way to the end, regardless if there are cautions, just getting out there, getting that fresh air, and they letting these Gen 4 cars open up?
Well, you mentioned it, fresh air. That's kind of what I was anticipating. It's always seems to be a fresh air game out there, and with this few drivers on the track, I think everybody's going to have a pretty good chance of having their own fresh air.
Yep, and they'll definitely have some possibilities out there. And so you're talking about ears. Let's see if we can grab a hold of one of our drivers out there. Justin Cope, you got a copy on me here, buddy?
Yeah, man, how's it going?
It is going. All right, that number 2 machine is out there knocking down some solid times out here tonight. Talk to me a little bit about this track. What is the difference out there that you notice from when we race at Charlotte Motor Speedway to Lowe's Motor Speedway here tonight?
I don't know if it's just me in the car or it seems like it's getting loose off exit. Trying to temper that as best we can.
All right, how is the tire wear playing up on you guys out there?
To be honest, I hadn't really had a chance to do any long runs, so I'm gonna find out.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, I think I saw the maximum of about 10 to 15 laps you were able to get solid out there, I think, before something started going crazy. With few drivers, is it gonna be critical to get up to the front and get some clean air and try to run away with this one?
It'd be nice to stay out front. I just don't know if how hard I want to run it with it getting loose off exit. Try to save some tire, so see how it plays out.
All right, well, it's going to be pretty tough out there. Justin, good luck to you, buddy.
All right, thanks, man.
All right, Justin Cope going to get a little bit going on there, trying to see if he's got anything for these guys. Oh, man, I'm trying to figure out where is Stoney Benfield. He should be out there with Yates Racing. We'll see if we can grab a hold of him for just a moment. Let's check and see. Stoney Benfield, got a copy of him, everybody?
I sure do. How you doing tonight, my friend?
Doing all right. The 75 machine's got a tall order here tonight to get all the way through to the end, seeing that this is going to be the longest race here of the year. 200 laps we've got in store for you guys. What is the game plan for you and the Yates Racing team?
Well, we're just going to take care of our stuff, save tires, and take it easy and race the racetrack and just let it come to us here at the end of the night.
Now, we talk a little bit about racing the racetrack. I kind of poked in there with Justin Cope. Are you running into any trouble out there out of your race car, and what is this track doing a little differently than what we see at normal Charlotte Motor Speedway rather than the Lowe's Motor Speedway tonight?
Well, it's probably going to get a little bit tight, so we're going to have to start off a little loose, I would imagine. And it's going to be a patience deal, in my opinion.
Okay, so we'll keep an eye on that. Oddly enough, Justin Cope is actually saying he's running insanely loose here tonight and is trying to figure out how to keep the tires underneath of him. So interesting to see that a couple guys with different setups are doing a couple of different things out there, and the adjustments they are going to have to make. All right, well, good luck to you out there, Stoney, and we'll hope to see that Yates Racing team hang in there.
Thank you.
All right, Stoney Benfield, we'll see how he does here tonight. As right now, checking in is Justin Williams down pit road to go ahead and finish this one off, get a good feel for the track out there. as it looks like the sun is continuing to fall down here. We'll be under the lights here in just a moment. And I think these guys might be racing from dusk into the night. Oh, yeah. So hopefully that the sun has gone over the ridge there so it doesn't blind our guys heading into turn number 1, which was going to be extremely difficult out there, Stella. I don't know about you. If you remember it all when we do ride-alongs with some of these guys, that heading into turn number 1 at Daytona, with the sun heading straight into the windshield is blinding. Imagine Charlotte. Now we don't have a big track. We shrank it a little bit, and you just have to go off muscle memory where that turn starts.
Yeah, that's when your little shade visor, comes in handy. I'm sure they do not install that. I wonder if they have the little fold-down ones on their helmets like the astronauts do.
Absolutely not. No, the lens is what it is. There's no double lenses on these things. So, yeah, they should be into the clear ones here, and they should be getting ready to go. So, unfortunately, you would think they'd be able to put something clip-on, but I don't think they want any debris flying all out of the car the same way that Robbie Gordon was chucking foam off his roll cage to try to get a caution out. I believe it was Rockingham, I believe.
Oh, my.
So they don't want anything detachable or anything movable on these cars. So it looks like they are going to get ready to go here. And we should as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at our starting grid here for tonight. Johnny Avila will be starting in that number 1 position next to Justin Cope. Cody Porter sits 3rd. Mark Zakosi is starting in the 4th position. Starting row number 3 moves us on to Brian Wiggins, who's starting 5th, where Stoney Benfield, he'll be to the outside. Good start here, right smack dab in the middle. Russ Bover starts in 7th next to Jared Magoon. Michael Belansky is 9th. And rounding out our top 10 starts with Ron Holyfield. Moving on back to the final here of our field, where we find Jacob Kaplan, who's 11th. Shane Wielden, 12th. Remember, I said most of these guys here at the end did not qualify. And that's where we're going to find Justin Williams and Clint Mata. John Russo not taken behind the wheel here tonight in the 59 machine, so shame on him. He got out here tonight, and it was going to be an odd number field. Now we're going to go to an even number field, so we're going to see how they can do here. Presented by Fubar Studio. Here we go. Stella Avila starting in the front. Definitely expected to see him up there, and then we'll see how he does. All right, lap number 1, Barney letting her rip. Avila gets out front quick. Great start by the 88 machine. Moving on to Justin Cope, who snugs into the second spot. Remember, he said he's feeling loose. I would wonder if the car may tighten up for him, and there's that looseness he's talking about. Little wiggle coming out of turn number 2 as he slings down the backstretch, and still playing chase here with Avila. No major changes here, at least in the top 7. Already got guys single filing out here to try to just go ahead and start ticking down these laps. As we see Justin Cope, looks like he pops out to the side to see if he can take on Avila to the outside, and he does. Takes over the lead, Justin Cope. So Avila gets lap number 1, and Cope is going to try to see if he can keep him in the rearview mirror as we get this lap number 2 halfway complete.
Yeah, well, I like to look at that. It beats the heck out of our start in Atlanta on that 1.5-mile quad oval there, where we didn't make the first lap. This lovely 1.5-mile oval seems to be a little bit more to their flavor.
Yep. Definitely working out a lot better. I would say a little more timid everybody else is about the 1.5 miles. Don't want to start your race off with a caution that just doesn't work out well for you, the fans, or the other drivers, and your sponsors are going to be pretty upset about that. Here we go with a quick little pass here. Magoon hangs to the outside as the 27 Holyfield sits down on the bottom. Kaplan had already fired on by in the 44 machine. You'll check him out there in the Hot Wheels car, as he's already gone on by. So Kaplan's up 2, not bad for not qualifying, as he's turning his way up to the front. Avila is nailing down the fastest time here of the night with a 29.80. Stella, first caution's out.
Oh, well, at least it wasn't lap 0, but uh-oh, UPS is, no?
Negative, the Haviland machine.
Okay.
First caution comes out here of the night. Now we're going to see if it was assisted or if he had some tire issues. Here he comes into turn number 1, 2. Little slip up there. And looks like everybody else able to escape. Little nudge there to the right rear. And I'm assuming we'll probably see Holyfield come down into the pits and give a quick little check to that car and make sure that thing's going to be A-OK. We don't want any air up underneath the trunk there, which may end up spinning some guys around. And that's going to be some troublesome for him when he gets back out there. Let's take another look one more time from a different angle and kind of see what he does. Looks like he comes way... Oh, man.
What snagged him?
Well, the right rear started coming loose, and he overcorrected.
Ah, got it. Well, in the time here, even though it's only lap number 5, we've got several guys that are already coming down to see their pit stalls.
Yep. That they are, so we'll see how it goes. Avila, Porter, Benfield. Yep, Bover, Holyfield, and looks like Weldon and Mata. Yep. So look, see, confirm that 7 car was coming into the pit box. Quick stop for him with a 588. That's going to shuffle up the entire top half of our field, giving drivers like Kaplan up to the 5th position. That gives him 6 on the night, and Justin Williams up to the 7th position.
So it looks like our pit visitors have done nothing more than a splash and go. So perhaps they are just looking for an off-scheduled pit later on.
Of course. Being able to stretch this out just a little bit farther may play into their favor. You and I have seen all the way, even with the Noro Racing League, that a matter of about 5 laps can change the entire race.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see if that does end up being the case here tonight. Ooh, coming back down.
And the same ones,
Yes.
not the other half of the field.
Yeah, they're going to come in and give one more splash.
Okay.
Yeah. Rather
Looks
odd.
like Holyfield was able to fix up whatever he needed in all of 22 seconds. So that's not bad at all. He's back out and running.
Well, quick top off on fuel, and they went ahead, got the fingers in there, and started pulling that right rear quarter panel, making sure the clearance was good on that right rear tire. So he should be A-OK checking in on that car. It's pretty square to me. A great job out there by his pit crew. Right now he'll have a few more guys chasing from behind as they're exiting pit road now. So quick little switch up from our guys out there. Cody Porter down 10. Avila is down 11. So we'll see how Justin Cope and Sikosi do here in the front row. As Cope was leading the race there before the caution came out, so he'll be taking us to our restart. And if times are true, we do not have a Geico restart zone. We're going to go from Barney's flag. Here we go. Tires have been heat cycled. We'll see how everybody hangs in there. If there's any bumping or anything moving around. Cope getting off to a great start here. Sikosi hanging way high. Good thing they cleaned the track.
Yeah, it's hurting him. He just lost 4 positions in that last turn.
Yeah, good thing they cleaned the track, though. He was riding up there toward where the marbles would have been, and I think he would have had a traction issue if this was much later here in the race. Quick little blinking looks like out of Jared Magoon back there.
Yes. Yeah, like you said before, Devin Lockridge, his teammate, is still out on the injured list, so he'll be spotting for his team, Jared, there. From the pits tonight. And the back issues seem to be going around because John Russo, our driver down there in the 59 that runs across, says out, also has some back issues and will be sitting out this evening.
Yeah, the driver's having a rough ride out there. I definitely can relate to some back issues as It's definitely made a career path change for me. But we're taking a look back here at the 43 here of Shane Wheeldon. Little off pace here. Hopefully he's able to chase back up to the front there. Right now I'm waiting to see if there's any issue there with the 43 machine as he's trying to get his way back to the front. Stella, right now what you don't want to do is start falling off.
Not this early. Looks like he's doing a Kyle instead of a Richard.
There we go.
Sorry.
The one that should be driving Kyle, remember, should be Jacob Kaplan out there in the 44. Was it 44 or 45 Kyle was in?
Hi.
45.
That's a good question for those watching us out in the chat.
No, he was in the 45. All right.
I was just looking at the petty thing on the back.
Yep, no fear.
You know, regarding those lights that you see out there, they went in 1992, and that actually made Charlotte to be the first modern super speedway to host night auto racing. How about that?
Well, definitely everybody loves when they race under the lights. Cool temperatures, warm track. Everybody enjoys that part. Drivers I've even heard use the way the lights flash on the dash to know how close they are to the wall. That's how they ended up determining in some cases. All right, so as we've been kind of floating around the field here, Justin Cope is going ahead and surrendered the lead over here to Brian Wiggins as Michael Belansky has already shot on around him in the 47. But I don't know if they have any more backup cars out there for Belansky. We noticed during practice he ended up getting into the wall, and also during warm-up ended up into the wall. So right now the 47 machine has been doing everything they can to try to tighten that race car up. But I would wonder if it's almost too tight, and that's what's sending them on around. So we'll see if the 47, over the length of time they are out here, if that is going to be able to be an adjustment that needs to still be monitored, or if they finally got this thing figured out.
Well, that is the glory of an open setup league, which you're watching here tonight. They can do so many different adjustments on these cars, tweaking and dialing things in, not just for the track, but for their own manner of driving.
All right. 15 laps complete here of the Coca-Cola 600. We are halfway through lap number 16 as we take a look at Justin Cope taking advantage of the 47 machine and Michael Belansky getting a little loose coming out of two. Both him and Sikosi fire on by. That moves Cope back up to the second position, and we are now chasing down the number 5 there of Brian Wiggins.
Wow, yes, Belansky is taking a serious high line on this. Do you think it's a tire conservation issue, or he's already out of tires?
Belansky?
Yes.
I was going to say, notice how he's dropping low there. That's why I was double checking. Notice he's been running low. I don't know if he was trying a couple high areas to see if he can cool those tires down, to see if something maybe was going a little bit different. So he follows in there. He's even lower than Sikosi this time. Goes ahead and gives a little rub with the left front of the bumper down the white line. And now he's going to be all over Sikosi.
Yeah, he was riding a full length higher than everyone else there when I made the mention, but he does seem to have tucked in. Maybe he had a temperature issue with his car and needed to get some cool air.
Yeah, that is definitely possible. And you'll see guys having to do a lot of management out there. Not only are you trying to work your way forward and end up making passes, try to get it through your ranker and your position out there on the track. A rough turn there for Belansky as he was following behind Sikosi, and now he drops off. But guys having to manage oil temperature, coolant temperature, tires, fuel, and it's just there's a lot to go on inside that race car than just finding the next guy and trying to get around him.
Yeah, that is what kind of separates the men from the boys on these open setup leagues.
Well, So definitely something to consider here during open setup. I would say if you have a good confidence of leading this race, I'd add as much tape as possible to the nose of this car. Try to make sure you don't have as much going through the radiator and more going around the car. And that way you can pick up some more speed out there. Right now, Brian Wiggins is finding some usefulness in that. Seeing that he has moved up 4 positions here tonight, leading this race for quite some time now. Cope has begun to reel him back in, getting close enough, less than a quarter of a second right behind him here. And he's only about a car and a half length behind. Cope trying to find a groove here. Whether he's going to try to pass him or not, we hop on top here of the number 2. Great throwback paint here for Brian Wiggins as it is now going to be in the rearview mirror. Great turn here by Justin Cope. Cope takes the inside. Almost waves him on by. Sikosi now sits 3rd, and we've got our first amount of separation out there on the track. Kaplan has gone ahead and got around Belansky. Belansky's now in trouble, as it looks like Justin Williams underneath. Excuse me, Justin Williams is actually behind. That's Russ Bovair who gets around. Tough angles here from the 16. Going ahead and getting on around. That's his first position gained here on the night from his original qualifying position. Stella, 23 laps into this one. We only had a caution back on lap number 4, and we've been green ever since. Fantastic job by all of our guys. Wiggins goes down another position as Cope and Sikosi turn on the afterburners. They're back at it again.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to see that we do have some challenging or challenges between each other going on.
Yeah, I know you and I were both a little bit nervous here tonight of the Coca-Cola 600. Seeing the distance that these guys have to go, the amount of cars that are out here on the track, and whether or not this was going to be single file, it is very difficult to draft in these cars, and if you can draft, it is then very dangerous to be drafting. You end up with so much speed, the track doesn't really want to handle these cars, and those 10.5-inch tires are pretty rough to try to make sure they get the hold of this banking and slip on around without ended up turning somebody. All right, here's Bovair on Kaplan. Kaplan to the outside as it looks like Miss Kaplan out there doing a weekly shout out there for the number 44. See T.S. Ritchie, number 1, rooting on the 75 out there. Currently, Stoney's dropped down to 11. But don't count Stoney out. He sets back and just kind of waits for the race to kind of tick on by. I don't know. I was saying with the amount of cars out here, is it really best to hang in the back? I would say you'd want to stay in the top 5 to be pretty safe out there. So as we see Bovair sit 5th, right now this is a shot here for the 2nd position. Brian Wiggins taking a look.
Mark Sikosi says, not this turn.
Yeah, as we take a look back here with Mark Sikosi. Brian Wiggins Chevrolet. Let's say, Stella, it's been so long since we've been at the Legacy Charlotte track. A yellow wall almost seems odd. But when you rotate back and watch the Lowe's Motor Speedway, it was yellow.
Yeah, but I do not believe that is safer barrier.
No. No, we can see it. We can see it, though. iRacing did not nix it.
Ah. But the color's right.
Right. That's an easy fix. Also, the new ARCA cars are on their way out here with iRacing. And obviously, NSR wants to make sure they're on top of that as soon as possible. So, guys, check out the NSR League. They've got a new ARCA series opening up. Definitely starting some recruitment racing for that series as well. See how many people we get into those new race cars. I think there's going to be some slight body changes. The whole dash is going to be changing. And the way the vehicle handles should be changing. So it should help separate the Gen 4 cars from the rest of them. All right, Stella, let's check back in on a driver we haven't talked about at all here. Cody Porter. I think Porter's getting ready to keep going here. Taking a look here from the outside. There is Cody Porter in the 38 M&M's machine. And right now sitting behind our pole sitter of Johnny Avila, who's now currently sitting in 9th. So here we go, looking for 8th. He's got it. All right, still a first green flag pit stop here. Ron Hollyfield working his way on down.
Yeah, I am in search. I know I saw it in here regarding them doing some recruitment races, like you were saying. I believe it's the 11th and 12th, but I do not want to be wrong. So give me a minute and I'll see what I can find on that.
We'll definitely
like
hold our
Keenan.
breath. Stella, double check out there as well. I believe Ron Hollyfield has taken it back to the garage.
Oh, no.
So he will not get any bonus points for making at least half of the race, as he only made it 29 laps here tonight.
I do believe you are right.
Team Unknown Racing saying, hey guys, it's Devin from the box for Jared. Oh my gosh, Belansky I think got in some trouble here. And so did Wielden. Wielden, ton of damage.
Yikes.
That may do it for the 43's night here.
He may have blown an engine.
Oh yeah, or at least busted the radiator. That car is taken to pieces here. Look at that. Yeah, you can start hearing it misfire a little bit here. Wielden just trying to get around the track. Unfortunately, this will bring the track cleanup crew out there to try to get up some of that coolant out there before it ends up causing a slick spot out there on the track. Hate to see it, but let's go ahead and take a look what got our caution here. 43 machine. Oof. So this originally started with Belansky. So what happened to Belansky now? What's this guy doing? Stella, what happened? Did he miss pit road?
That's all I can figure. I mean, he was what looked like slowing down enough, went off the apron, and changed his mind?
Off the track and missed pit road.
Yeah. So he says, okay, I'll keep going around, but holy mackerel. Why he cannot explain.
I would also like to note these are grown men behind the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
How in the world we make a move like that? We missed pit road. It looks like somebody missed the left turn lane, and or in the left lane trying to make a right, and then just deciding to say good luck everybody and turning it. I don't understand the reasoning for the caution here. But somebody whose night is ruined was Shane Wielden. This is his night is ruined.
Most definitely. Without a fast repair, he's going to be there.
Yeah, checking out there in the chat, Michael Belansky does show up and says his wheel disconnected after he shifted. So that would be the reason why he missed pit road.
Well, and with no, yikes, with no steering, I guess that's why he just all of a sudden took a left.
Well, Stella, honestly, I'd rather make sure I have an excuse for how in the world that happened there. Because that is a unfortunate caution here on lap number 33. Should be back underway to get lap number 37 kicked off as the pace car heads on off the track. And Justin Cope and Mark Sikosi, after a pit stop of 4 tires and fuel, going to get back at it under green.
All right, and I did find there are races happening for the ARCA Series already, March 11th, Tuesday, and Wednesday, March 12th. Practice at 7, qualifying 7:50, and gridding at 8 o'clock. Tracks will be announced at a later date.
All right, so we keep an eye on our guys out there in the front. Right now, the one I'm watching right now is Brian Wiggins. Wiggins, I'm waiting to see if he tries to fire up front. Remember, he was able to lead a good chunk of laps, and then Sikosi and Cope came back and got him. Porter has moved back up to his original qualifying position of 3rd. Remember, Porter originally came down and did a quick pit stop for fuel, not once but twice, back down there with Avila. So he has visited pit road 3 times here tonight. And Cody Porter right now under some pressure here by the number 5. Quick pass there.
So they are this close to the wall, this close to each other. How fast are they going?
Currently, I am looking at these drivers' top speed of 194 miles an hour. Currently running 180 as we speak right now. Let's go ahead and pull up that dashboard.
My goodness.
Yeah, Justin Cope is really doing some speed out there. He's nudging up around 194. So that is what's giving him the separation. I hope he's not overdriving that car, as he is continuing to pull away. Right now, 190 down the front stretch, 193. Boy, just nudging it. Some of these other guys, even like Mark Sikosi. Sikosi is showing he got up almost a touch of 200 miles an hour on that last lap. So, boy, some of these guys are really trying to stretch it out here to start running them down.
Now you say, I hope he's not outrunning his car. Which part? Are we talking the too much fuel, too much tires, too hot in the engine?
For Cope?
Well, yes. You were saying, I hope he's not outrunning his car. You're talking about Cope.
The tires.
Okay.
Right now, he is cooking. Right now, he is letting up off just a bit as Sikosi's now reeling him in. He was behind for at least a good chunk here of this race. And now Sikosi's starting to pull him into less than half a second before we can get any closer. Taking a look right now, Cope is currently holding a 2-second lead over top of Brian Wiggins, who sits down in 3rd.
That's like an eternity. Sometimes when you're looking out, we always kind of joke, well, you need binoculars to see him from here, or you need a telescope to see him from there, depending on just how far back. Look, they are way up there in the front.
Yep. As we currently hop on there with Jacob Kaplan, looking forward at Avila, who's currently in front of him. Wiggins and Porter are trying to duke it out through turn number 1 and 2, and getting the best is Cody Porter. Continuing on as Wiggins sits behind. Sikosi now catching up to a teammate here, getting close. Still sitting off by about half a second there. As Sikosi, I think, realizes, I want to keep him close, but I don't want to pass him. We'll fight this another day. We'll take a look as Lockridge is hanging out here with Jared Magoon. He is hanging out in his ear out there, trying to give him some pointers out there for the 99 machine to start churning forward. Right now, the 99 is taking a look there at Jacob Kaplan. as they are taking a couple peeks here and there. When are they going to make a move? And now this is from Kaplan's machine, looking back at that Ford.
Yeah, well, we're not quite 25% of the way through this race, so they have a lot of decisions to make before then, and a lot of patience to be had.
Well, it's also, the kind of a conditioning and attrition race that we see here. But another thing to keep in mind is if we have 5 sets of tires down in pit, our first set was taken on lap 34. I think that would be the only thing that would concern me at this point, is if there is enough tires to make it to the end. If they continue,
Well, it better be.
Well, if they take tires at that rate, we won't have enough to make it 3/4 of the way. So
Yeah,
these guys are going to
who's
have.
in the lead.
Yeah, Sikosi. Sikosi's already gone ahead and passed Justin Cope there. I think something that may want to be put into mind out there, as I was saying before, is just that difference in the tire strategies. Here's the pass right through that front stretch. So great job through the tunnel turn. Here is Mark Sikosi. Looks like side by side for those two as Sikosi edges them out through 2.
Nice, clean pass.
Yep. Well, Sikosi definitely want to make sure he didn't cut off any part of his own teammate's nose there. I'm sure Cope was letting him know when and where it was okay to go ahead and merge on over rather than going ahead and risking it.
Yeah, when you've got teams out there that are competing against each other as well as drivers, it's always nice to not take your whole team out in one swoop.
Yeah, guaranteed. Here's back at Kaplan and Magoon. Here for the 6th position is what they're battling for. Right now, Magoon, a little loose coming out of 4 there. I guarantee you they got eyes on him. Might have to change his line just a little bit here to make sure he can stay attached. Every time you see a driver break to the side like that, that's just more life of that tire that's getting chopped to pieces there. So Magoon already falling back as he starts feeling signs of fatigue here in the car. 16 laps under green that these guys have been going. So already, well, we shouldn't be falling off 16 laps in. So they may have to take it just a little bit easier here on these cars. They are still hitting some substantial amount of times, but they are doing an awesome job. There's a driver out there, K-Doggy out there, is asking, what's up? What's up, dude? Definitely make sure you get your butt out here. The NSR League is looking for drivers. Could definitely use a few here tonight. Russo with some back trouble, you said.
Yep.
Belansky had a disconnect on his wheel. Takes out our 13th place driver, and Ron Holyfield, unknown.
Holly. Think of them growing hollies in the field.
Sure. I just like butchering that name about 5 different ways.
It does seem like that.
Yep.
You get the hard ones right, and you get the easy ones go.
Hey, we got Sikosi. Most people butcher that poor guy's name.
Oh. I just think of Belansky.
Ah.
That's a juicy.
Now, here we go. Take a look right now at Sikosi as we take a look back. Right now, as Justin Cope, you saw almost giving him a nudge there. That Dodge is still chasing here, our leader. Let's check in on Jacob Kaplan. I think he might have just been passed by the 99. X-side machine trying to rotate down here. Sure which driver he's going after. He might be going after Jeff Burton here. Paint scheme, that is.
Okay.
I know. I felt like I left that one open-ended there. Let's check
And
back
is that
in on
Stoney?
Stoney. I'm sure T.S. Ritchie out there would like to find where Stoney Benfield is.
All right. He is currently sitting in 8th. Down 2 from his start, but like he said, he'll be patient. He'll race the track and see how it can conserve tires and see where it comes out.
Yep, looks like the NC811 machine. Still sitting on his race suit.
Sure enough.
I hope Team Unknown Racing is joking about that. Jared forgot to put down the cheeseburger down. Restart. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
No, I hope that's not for real. All right, let's check in on Sikosi and Cope. Finally, look like some teammates doing some work here. Stella, oddly enough, the same team is currently 1, 2, and 5 out there on the track. And that being Cope, Sikosi, and Wiggins. I think some turn exit turn here. That speed coming from Justin Cope. Watch this turn. Here it comes. Go, yeah. Cope, ton of speed. Good rotation through. That works out very well. We'll see if Sikosi decides to try to reel him in and sit back behind him again. Yeah, they've got a solid breakaway from the field here. This track's
Yeah,
starting
I'm looking.
to...
A minute and a half? Just to, excuse me, a second and a half to third place?
Easily.
From the front guys. Wow.
All right, still side by side. The battle for 6 continues on. This is not over yet.
Oh, no,
44.
no.
Puts the 99 into the wall here.
Truly.
Jared Magoon is almost completely destroyed. Takes the right side of his car out.
My goodness.
Holy cow.
That was rough. So Kaplan and Magoon are taking it down to their pit stalls, see if they can work that out or get out and throw helmets.
Yeah, let's see if we can take another look at what in the world happened here. If they've been battling, this is coming down the front. All right, so you see the 44 starting to fade up a little bit here. Oh. All right, so it definitely looks like Magoon came down into him.
He started to get just a tiny little bit of wiggle in the back end of his car coming around there.
Right
before
there.
all this. And then, yes. Mm.
I would
like
question at this point, taking a look kind of what we're seeing here. I want to know.
In the
if-
cockpit on 44?
Yep, here it comes. Doors him here. Yeah, I don't see where the wheel's turning toward him. Ouch. So
Yeah, it just kind of hooked into him, like sometimes you get stuck on the wall.
Yeah, it shouldn't hook toward him. Jared Magoon is sitting down in pit here. He'll be down there for a while. Justin Williams is going to be down here. Currently joining into pit road. 26, I'm sure, throwing some tires on. He's going to get back at it and back out there.
All right.
Came in on lap 34. Pits here on lap 60-61 for him.
Nice.
So back out on the track he goes.
I do believe Jacob Kaplan took it to the garage.
Yep, no bonus points for him either. Seeing that he kind of got trucked there just a little bit. I'd say with this being such a long race, the key is to sticking this one out. Not going a lap down.
Well, the other thing would be, like you say, making it halfway is a bonus point in this league, which is wonderful. Some of these guys should be able to get their bonus point for having 0x, but not those last two gentlemen.
No, not at all.
And K-Doggy's asking, do they have to run the old paint schemes?
Apparently not. Clip Moto does not. And I believe Russ Bear does not either.
So, since those two gentlemen got into the wall, but they were outside of, I won't say the racing surface, but outside of any kind of traffic or hazards, we did not get a caution on that last one. And we continue to throw down the laps. We are at 66 of 200 currently.
Let's check back in on our pole winner here of the race. Johnny Avila currently sitting in 4th. Brian Wiggins is kind of playing peekaboo behind him here. And now Avila needs to make up about almost 2 seconds here to find Cody Porter. Over 3.5 to find Justin Cope. Whew. Long way to go.
Yeah, I figure at this point it's going to be like road racing. You know, if one person has an altercation with 2 people, they're going to be so far spread out that they won't throw a caution. And they'll have time to get off the racing surface.
That looks like a good pass here. Brian Wiggins taking a look underneath. Isn't able to get a full clear, though. 5 goes ahead and ducks on back. Dangerous turn as he drives in too early. That's going to cause him to wash up here, giving it back to Avila. And he'll continue rolling back to the front and getting away. 2/10 behind. Sets Wiggins as he perches back, trying to find an angle to attack. Goon is down 10 laps, but he's out there on the track. Trying to knock a few more down. Justin Williams, after coming into pit, on lap 61, everybody else is still remaining out there on the track. Williams has taken at least 2 sets of his tires here tonight. Drivers like Justin Cope, Sikosi are going to try to wait it out.
Well, it's not working for them.
Yeah, looking at some of our fall off time out there. Best time out there for Cope is a 21:57. He's currently running a 31:16. Drivers are a little bit slower than that. Only a couple of drivers out there still knocking down 30-second laps, and that gives us to Justin Williams and Jared Magoon, who are both unfortunately laps down here in this race.
But
right
they
now,
also
unfortunately, Justin Williams is only down 1. Jared Magoon is down 10. Everybody else is taking it back to the garage.
Yeah, but they've also got their tires in the 50s and 60s range.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll see if Justin Williams can try to offset this and get one of his laps back here tonight. Hopefully it comes from a well-timed caution for him. As we continue to watch the Coca-Cola 600. Appreciate you guys joining us here at SimTraX Broadcasting. Here at Lowe's Motor Speedway. You guys having different options to do a few different things out there. Let's check in on our second place driver. He just got turned over to Cody Porter. Mark Sikosi goes ahead and lets him on by. Not interested in putting up a fight so early here. Stella right now with Justin Cope having a 1.5 second lead over top of Cody Porter. Only a quarter second behind that is Mark Sikosi. When do you think these guys might come down and pit? I mean, right now they're holding decent times, but not great times right now. I would say it'd probably be feeling pretty good about lap 80. We should see these guys start coming down for some new shoes on that car.
Yeah, I was looking at that, and even the fuel, even at 100%, aren't we looking at a roughly 40, 45 lap window on that? And if they came down in 34, you're right on the money.
Yeah, heartbreaking for some guys' finishes here tonight. Hollyfield making it 29 laps. Polanski making it 32. Shane Wheeldon making it 33. Kaplan making it 58. Those are our guys who... Oh,
Pen rolling.
Cope into the wall.
I think it's time for those tires.
Yeah, well, it didn't look like he was loose. Just looked like he just kind of lapsed there. Right side of the car got snagged on the wall as he tried to get it right close. It drops him to just over a second. Before we find our guy, K-Doggy out there asking 2016 track. Is there another option? Does it get older than that?
I don't know.
Yeah, I thought this was the 2008. This might be the 08 track.
Yeah, I was just looking at, I was talking about those lights earlier that they put in. They ended up being an innovative system developed by Musco Lighting. $1.7 million, mind you, to put in 1,200 fixtures. And it uses mirrors to simulate daylight. So there's actually no glare, shadows, or light poles. How about that? What? Yeah. Yep. So basically, the up top, along the top of the stadium or top of the seats or whatever, they've rigged it up to where they shine onto mirrors and then the mirrors shine it down, so that it makes a nice blended light. Weird things you find out.
Yeah. Stella, you didn't even get to mention there for just a moment that Justin Cope and Stoney Benfield to come on down pit. Mark Sikosi and Russ Bovera join him as Cody Porter takes over the lead.
Yeah, well, there's only 3 guys who haven't come in since lap 34, and that's Cody Porter, Johnny Avila, and Clint Mata. Whoop-hoo, Clint Mata just decided to come in now.
Yep, all right, Clint Mata and the Sim Magic number 7 machine, as he is dangerously close to being lapped. Now as Cody Porter is in the lead there, and Cope working his way on around.
Here we go, our last holdouts coming into pits now.
Well, especially with the front pit stop areas where those boxes are, they should be off to the races here. Be able to hurry up. Boy, it looks like Avila's team almost fell asleep there.
Wow.
Yep, Cope regains the lead, and it will have a insane lead here, sitting at 2 seconds and gaining. Porter trying to get up to the speed. And looks like it just about stalls out now. So that's going to be Cope out in front by 2.4 seconds over top of our second place driver of Cody Porter. Brian Wiggins doing a great job sitting 3rd. Avila is 4th. And Bovair sits 5th. Now, Stella, and you tell me what in the world happened to Sikosi as he's sitting down in the 6th position.
I wish I knew. He had a normal pit stop of 14.65 seconds, which to me would mean 4 tires and fuel. but you would have to tell me if he had a bad pit lane.
Not currently.
No.
Not from what I'm showing. 47 seconds, so he's about 5 seconds slower than everybody else. As Cope slings on by. Going ahead and putting Clint Mata a lap down.
Jay Tway is out there saying hello today.
Yeah, I think he's trying to get me to respond, saying, you say shenanigans one more time.
Did I say shenanigans?
No.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I know what he's doing, what he's getting ready to do.
Gotcha.
Probably ask for a leader of Farva here in a second.
Uh-huh.
All right, Justin Cope, Cody Porter, and Brian Wiggins. 1, 2, and 3, and Avila, holy cow. Right now knocked down a 29:46. That's his fastest time out of anybody, including himself, here for the night. So he sets the record on tonight's fastest lap. All by himself. You would think, you know, being able to get a little bit of draft and try to shake and bake around somebody, but we'll see. We'll see. Obviously, he was able to do that all by himself, and Jay out there knows. All right. So Brian Wiggins about to be under fire here in just a moment. Avila is starting to really kind of wheel him in. 0.3 of a second behind and gaining. Able to get both sides here of this fight here. This will be the battle for third. We'll see if it's much of a battle here. Outside line. Avila going to be watching this one as he's creeping up on him. Wiggins to the inside. Look, it's clear and by. All right, Avila now up to third.
Not so fast.
Yeah,
he
taking
said.
a shot though. Well, as Wiggins dives down to the bottom. With the pass me but don't pass me attitude, that's going to cause him to wash up a little bit, has to check up. And now Wiggins definitely secures himself down into the fourth position. Lap 89, that was a little bit of extra action that we got out there.
Yeah, right now I think that's about the only action happening as far as passing. Mark Sikosi and Russ Bovera, the only two that are close to each other. Now you see why NASCAR instituted stage brakes. Oh. I think Jay was saying what I was talking about with the mirrors was horse hockey. Nope. Serious. Now, I know sometimes SimTraX sponsors Charlotte Motor Speedway, and you have a special affinity for Charlotte Motor Speedway. Did you know that you could actually live at Charlotte Motor Speedway?
Where?
Right on the sports facility. They offer year-round living accommodations, condominiums, above turn 1. 52 of them, actually.
And what's the waiting list like that? Is that the same as the bridge at the Monster Mile, and I gotta wait till my third reincarnation to get in there?
They're purchased. I mean, they're living accommodations. It's not even like a seat for the race situation or a skybox. They live there.
Well, I can't imagine that rent.
No, no. It it was one of those Bruton things, you know. Under his direction, he decided he would give it a try, and they're full.
Check out Beauvais and Sikosi here to the inside, and Brian Wiggins under fire. Wiggins
Oh,
got
yeah.
dropped to 5th here. That's Sikosi taking a look here on the inside. And Beauvais, goodbye. Still keeping an eye back there on Sikosi, who's kind of weaseling around just a little bit.
He's going to take him on the high side?
Yep. Quick pass there by Sikosi, high side. That definitely works out fantastic in his favor.
K-Doggy out there has a remark on whether he would be able to live in one of those condominiums.
Huh.
All it would take is 2 lotteries and a quick divorce. That is rough.
See what Jay's saying out there. Oh boy.
I do not know. That must be another one of your inside jokes.
Check out Clint Mata's doing here.
Turning left.
Yep. I'll say, seeing we're on lap 98 here of 200. Only had a few cautions here tonight. One back on lap 4. And one on 33. As next time by, we're going to be starting our 50% of the race. That'll be the mark we've been looking for here for some time.
Well, at least we know some of those guys will be getting a bonus point for completing that. So if you think about it, they'll all who are running now will finish in the top 10 and get a bonus point for finishing over half the race.
So Cope still running away with this one. Unfortunately, his lead has been cut down to less than a second. Cody Porter is starting to reel him in just a hair every once in a while. And Porter being able to have a ton of distance before Johnny Avila can find him. Right now, about 4.5 seconds is what we're looking at for Avila to catch up to Cody Porter. So a lot of discipline here out of the 38 machine. Keeping himself busy with nobody around. Well, that steering wheel looks a little cocked though, doesn't it? Huh.
Well, maybe he makes it so when he's turning left, it's straight up and down. I don't know. Look and see if he tagged the wall. Any damage?
The 38 machine's been straight here all night.
Yeah, it doesn't look bad. flashing. I don't like it.
Which one?
Mr. Jared Magoon, the 99 X-Side. Especially for night races.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, baby. Well, now it has a little less flash on that side. You know that yellow's going to clash.
Justin Cope trying to knock off as many laps as possible here as he continues turning them forward. Do appreciate you guys joining us here at SimTraX Broadcasting as we come to you live here with the NSR Series, the Gen 4 Open Cup, and we've been seeing them race here for a few weeks now. Everybody been really working hard here lately, especially getting all these setups squared away and ready to go. So far this season, I've only seen Johnny Taylor out on the track once here tonight. Hopefully we will see the number 3 car return for its glorious racing. Be able to have another opportunity out there. Guys, if you want an opportunity, you can join the NSR Series and come out here. Obviously, you're able to get plenty of room out there on the track for now.
Ouch.
Unless you and 15 other people decide the same thing and we try to smash 30 guys on this track. Which would...
And it wouldn't be bad because you also get a series discount for referrals. Just saying.
Yes. How's that work for me?
Oh, man. Well, luckily you don't have to pay to race because you don't race.
There we go.
In here.
Might take a look at that new ARCA series. Cody Porter, he's looking right now at clean sailing in front of him as he goes ahead and puts Justin Cope behind him. Quick pass there. Cope going to go ahead and let him on by. Cody Porter's tires only about 2 laps fresher. So Cope has been leading plenty here of this race. Cody Porter was leading after the last, well, a little before the last pit stop. And then Cope came out and was leading by about 2.5 seconds over the rest of our field. Slowly losing a little bit of that time out there.
Patrick, I am speechless.
What?
Somebody said I might be right. K-Doggy says, looks like the offset is positive. Think Stella's right. Oh. I may have to go mop my brow. That's a first. Thank you, K-Doggy. So we've reached a little over halfway here, and we might as well start talking about next week. We are going to Bristol Motor Speedway next week. So we go from short track to shorter track, and we go to 250 laps next week. At least with a tiny little track, maybe they will be a little bit closer together, and we will have a little bit more action. And since we have so many wonderful people watching us this evening, we might have some more people coming in and giving this league a try.
Plenty of opportunity to get out here and knock down some laps here with the NSR League. Get a hold of Justin Cope or Mark Sikosi. Get you guys signed up. Get you a number selected. Oddly enough, both those guys are currently sitting in the top 5 here tonight. Still on the lead lap.
Tony Benfield being the last one currently on the lead lap, and he might not be for long. He's got almost a 30-second gap, and they're running 31 seconds
Yep.
a lap. Jay likes the idea of going to Bristol next week. Oh yeah, here they come up on Stony.
Stoney's been running a pretty strong race here so far. I just don't know if, you know, no draft, no help. He's just out there by himself. Maybe he's able to make a quick little adjustment out there to that car. But I think it's a little too late for that. Lap number 80 has come and gone for any adjustments made down there in pits. Now we're riding on here with Cody Porter. Working on running down Stoney Benfield, which would only leave us with the final 6 on the lead lap.
So you know Charlotte does a lot of different things. I mean, they have track rentals there, they have car shows, they have swap meets. Let's see, they also have hosted quite a few movies here. There we go. Sorry, Stony. You are the next victim of the lapped down. Whoa. When did he pop into pits?
Just a little bit ago, lap number 114, he came on down. Lap 115, he's out.
All right. But I was going to ask you, or maybe even some of our viewers out there, can you think of some motion pictures that used Charlotte as a backdrop? Because there's a couple.
Well, there's the obvious.
Bum, bum, bum.
What's the
come on.
oddball one?
There's a couple you won't get.
I don't know. Spat it out there, Captain.
Oh, the best ones. Cute, Jay. Come on. All right, well, the easy one is Days of Thunder. They actually did Days of Thunder here at Charlotte. Boy, Mark seems to be really hanging out all by his lonesome.
Yeah, I'm thinking that pit lane time kind of burned him here.
Yeah, the best he's been able to get back up is 4th.
Yeah. Now, if he didn't have an extra 5 seconds down pit road, he'd be right up there kind of nudging there with Cope and Bovair. But okay, so Days of Thunder, what else?
All right. Well, what's the other big one? Talladega Nights?
Okay.
How about
Oh my
Speedway?
gosh!
Yep. No, what in the world?
Wow! Wow! Avila tries to
Tries to what?
make a basketball move, inside, outside, inside, and then chooses outside and smacks into the back of Sakosi. Holy cow. Avila's got to have damage after that one. Oh, yeah.
Man, look at the hood all crinkly.
Yep.
That's one, K-Doggy. Good job. Oof. Again, though, like we said before, no caution.
Yep. So Mark Sikosi with some damage on the right rear of that car.
Cannot tell.
Oh boy. Mark Sikosi's going to get a black flag for entering the track before that blue cone.
Uh-oh.
All right, Stella, so we got 3 of them, right?
3, yep. Last one's a movie by the name of Speedway. They've even done music videos, like Tracy Lawrence's If the Good Die Young, filmed at the Speedway. But the biggest thing that is unusual about this particular venue is that it was the location of a major motion pictures premiere. And it's not one of the motion pictures I just mentioned. But the people who showed up were Paul Newman, Owen Wilson, Bonnie Hunt, Larry the Cable Guy.
What?
Come on.
Cars? Really?
Yeah, yes, really. They had 30,000 fans there for the premiere of the motion picture by Disney Pixar, Cars. I think that's kind of cool versus, you know, just some theater. They had the premiere opening here. So, but yeah, they rent the place out for all kinds of different things, even race team testing and automobile manufacturers, you know, testing. Although I'd love to see what they test, you know, the daily driver out here for. Oh, my goodness. We got some action going here.
Yeah. Well, these are 2 teammates, and I'm thinking Sikosi's trying to get Wiggins to help him catch up here. Both these guys have pit back on lap 120. Yeah, Cope is pit on lap 122. Was able to come back out in second.
But how about that coming out in the wrong place?
What do you mean in the wrong place?
You said he was going to get black flagged.
Oh, I wasn't sure if Sikosi was going to be black flagged. I saw the right rear tire nudge the edge of the turn. Yeah, don't worry about it.
Okay.
All right, Cody Porter working his way on down. 38 seconds behind is Cope. And seeing that most pit stop times in and out of the lane sit around that 48-second mark. See how they fare. Here comes Cope. Cody Porter working his way out now. And there goes Cope.
Man. Yeah, everything is relative. You see them all racing together. They don't look so fast. But then when you realize the guy's coming out of pit road or doing like highway speed, and these other fellas pass them like they're jet airplanes, that's when you realize just how fast they are racing on this track.
Yeah, interesting race here so far. A couple of smash-ups out there on the track that did not cause any cautions. Last one here affected Johnny Avila and Mark Sikosi. That ended up in some trouble out there.
But surprisingly, considering the maneuvers, Johnny Avila is still in third. Mark Sikosi is still surviving in sixth.
Yep. All right. Number 130 is underway. Cope leading our race here so far. Wonder if Cope is going to have any problems later on. And whether that's going to cause any trouble for him out there. Let's check in on Sikosi. Getting ready to pass Wiggins.
Oh, maybe.
Wow. I mean, was he actually like trying to catch door draft or bounce off of him or just tell him don't come down?
No,
That was so close.
yeah, Wiggins was a little low on that. That's Sikosi was working his way on by, but now
Doing it
Wiggins
again.
is going to try to cross him up here.
Yeah, it's just too early to take each other out. Nice. That's good.
Door to door, these two are going.
Yes.
And now one of them's not willing to give it up. Oddly enough, these two guys racing side by side are actually catching up to Johnny Avila. They're
like
shaving
it.
off about 2 to 3 tenths per lap, as they've broken under 2 seconds to catch the 88 machine.
Okay.
Yeah, now under 1.8, now 1.7, 1.6. Yeah, I don't know if something's going on with the 88. Or if that damage is finally catching up to him here.
Oh, they are coming on noticeably.
Yes. As we take a look back, Wiggins and Sikosi are now less than a second from trying to grasp the 4th position there from Avila. Ryan Wiggins, Wiggins breaks free. Gets away from Sikosi.
In the world of aerodynamics, that should work better for them.
Yep. These two guys, their tires are 5 laps fresher than the 88s. Oh, Sikosi.
No. Oh,
Oh, Sikosi.
did he just hit the paint?
It looked like he grabbed a little bit of that grass on the way through, but able to maintain.
Man, but that's when you look from the inside and watch what he has to do to maintain. Sometimes these guys are whipping that wheel around. Just, one to the left, one to the right, one to the left. And from out here, it looks like a piece of cake.
Yeah, impressive for Sikosi to catch back up the following lap and now make the pass.
Yes.
Oh, great job there by Sikosi. And so now he is up to the 5th position. Time's starting to fall off now. Cope's still sitting at a 30-30 for his last lap. As they're still churning forward. Right now, 5 laps fresher, Cody Porter's tires. He came in on 127. Cope came in on 122. And Porter's currently running a 30 seconds flat out there on the track. That's going to be tough, seeing that only 1.4 seconds separate these two, and you see right there, Cope is in the screen. Yeah, Jared Magoon, unfortunately, hasn't been able to make up any sort of difference out there on the laps. This will end up putting him back to 10 laps down.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be getting much help from any wave rounds.
No.
Not tonight.
No, if this is anything like some of these Martinsville races we've been calling, he may have had a chance to get back onto the lead lap.
Yeah.
All right, so Cody Porter goes ahead and gets around. Jared Magoon is currently sitting in the 10th spot, 10 laps down. And now we start seeing Cope enter the screen. Cody Porter has been knocking down consistent 30-second laps here for about the past 4 laps, and Justin Cope running a 30.66 last run, which is unfortunately a lot slower than his driver that's creeping up behind him. So I expect to see the 38 machine move here to the inside, make the pass, and set Cope back down. Which I would say this should really start putting Cope into some perspective here. That it is only taken about 20 laps. And Justin Cope will be unseated here from the lead. So he better watch his timing out there when he gets back out onto the track. Or if Cope wishes to hang out there a little bit longer. Right now, out of the top three, Justin Cope is running the slowest out there. Russ Bovair now to 30.4. That's faster than our leader as well. Bovair trying to make up the distance. Still has to scramble to find about 4 seconds. And Stella, a lot of seesawing out there on the track. A lot of drivers trying to find each other. As you see 1 and 2 sitting up top, 3 sitting middle of the backstretch, and 4 and 5 are exiting 2. So a lot of separation out here on the track.
Find each other, they're going to have to use a treasure map. Jay's out there saying the lawn care guys are not going to be happy with that rearrangement of the sod.
No, not at all. Not at all. I don't think they appreciate everybody doing their burnouts through that track either.
Oh, no. I would say it's not such a big deal on the Cup cars that do it on Sunday, but those that do it on a Saturday, they got to fix it all back up real quick before the Sunday races.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you even have the truck races actually after the Cup guys. So it could be...
Oh, the other
might
way
not
around.
work. And you say, I thought Charlotte is normally busy most of the year. They hardly have any time off, so...
They do. It's boggling. I mean, all the different events they had. I was talking before about having the car shows, having flea markets, having winter displays. Yeah, they got all kinds of things going on there. But if you think about it, a lot of these speedways end up going belly up because all they have is the one or the two dates that NASCAR gives them to run their Cup Series, etc., or to run the Xfinity Series. But if they don't use that venue the rest of the year, they still got to pay their mortgage, pay their rent, pay employees. But so it works out better when they have concerts and other things to offset the cost of existing.
Well, Charlotte is the hotbed out there of racing. Most of the race teams do occupy that area around Concord and everything there in North Carolina. So when they even the test and tune, or if there's even a new chassis that they have built for the upcoming year, or for a new driver, they go out there and they're able to test it. Oof.
Yeah, they've got some 2,000 acres out there that with an industrial park on it. That might be what you are referring to. That's home to several motorsports businesses.
Yes.
I think even Hendrick or a couple of them have their bases there.
Yes.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I think they separate some of it. Some of them are up in Michigan as well. Yeah, Jay out there saying Mooresville, where it's Gasoline Alley.
Okay.
So.
Why is he quoting the Goonies? Oh, treasure map. Got it. Squirrel.
Yeah. I know. I was getting stuck on where you were saying they were messing up the grass, and I thought he was going to start going to groundskeeper Willie.
Oh. Okay. Aye. Don't you know? Okay.
Yep. All right.
No, I'm good.
So let's check in on Russ Bover moving around Justin Cope. And Stella, I would say right now the biggest thing here for Cope is he is trying to figure out how to time this one. Because his car is only so fast for so long, and no matter what adjustments he's making, it's not seeming to lengthen the amount of time. Currently, Cope is falling down by 4.5 seconds, as he's led most of the laps here during the night, but his car just seems to fall off.
Yeah, he's got about a good 15 laps in him, and then after that, he's fighting the car. And after that next 15, he's got to go in. That's rough. I see what you were talking about, needing, will he have enough tires?
Right. So he's got to figure out how to lengthen this pit stop or something. Something's got to happen. Or if untimely caution, I think then he would have the upper hand. His short run speed, this guy's got it. Yeah, right now Cody Porter showing his long run speeds where it's at.
Yeah, well, he knows how to get the short run too, I think, because he qualified third to start with.
Oh, Cody Porter? Yes.
Yeah, so he can get up there, get up and get going. Scoot the boot.
So, Stella, let's see if we can stump you here a little bit. What is your favorite part about the NSR Gen 4 Cup Series? How about the fast speed? How about the Gen 4 cars? How about the racing? How about I like the track selection here so far. I like where we're going, where we've been, and where we're going. Everything looking pretty solid out there.
So far been a lot of short tracks. I mean, so far Daytona was the longest thing at 2.5. Everything else has been 1.5 miles between Vegas and Atlanta and here at Charlotte. So, uh-oh. Why is he sparking?
That's actually grass slinging off the car.
Oh. Why is he slinging grass off the car?
Hey, he just came through the infield, so that's why I clicked over to see what in the world he had going on.
Because he'd just been in the pits a second ago.
Yeah, I don't know if maybe he broke loose.
Did he do a swirly coming out of pit road?
No.
No? Okay.
No, it looked like he broke loose and had a Sikosi moment. And was able to save it as he came through the grass. Still, no caution.
No. This one's going to go down in one of the finest series of 200 laps with only 2 cautions. But there needs to be, a Barry Bonds asterisk behind this.
Yep.
Jared McNoon down into the pits. Justin Cope.
Yep, there we go. So
Down
Cope
into
deciding
the
to bring it
pits.
on down.
1:59. So there would be his 40 laps. I still think he's going to be
Moped.
scared by the end, yeah. Did you say smoked?
Yep.
Oh my. I try to think happy thoughts.
Well, like I said, unless an untimely caution comes out, we've got 40 laps left to go here. Justin Cope is now working his way out of pit. Lap 158 is when it shows his pit stop time of a 15.5 second pit stop. So obviously that means Justin Cope has made an adjustment.
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to
Yep.
ask you. Did he make a change?
I would guess he is taking it back to his original qualifying setup. I bet you they took a couple rounds of wedge out and they're slinging it back out.
Ooh.
Because the car is now getting too tight on him and he's chasing the car. You want to loosen it up. Yeah, he may have been slightly out of control at the very beginning, but he was able to come on a lot later. Remember how him and Sikosi both got up there. They let Porter get by, they let Wiggins go by, and then they caught him almost 30 laps later. And that might be what he needs to do, is start running a long run setup.
Look at this line that Porter's running right now. This is something that when you have this kind of room, nobody keeping you on the high line, keeping you on the low line, you can run exactly what your car needs to run to go its fastest. And he is using 100% of that track. High, down here low, all the way back up here to the wall. I mean, wow. You can't get away with that with, when the place is packed.
Right. Now, currently we are sitting on board here with Cody Porter.
I wonder what his qualifying time was. It looks like he's making qualifying laps.
Cody Porter running 31.3 laps, checking out at our timer here. Now let's check out those qualifying times.
Yeah, he'd be in the 30.6 range. Okay. On brand new tires? Yeah. Very, very interesting. I didn't think you had a really cool little thing to show me, but I like it.
Cody Porter has been out since lap number 127.
Yes.
Which is an extended amount of time on these tires. But still
Tony
leading by
Benfield.
4 seconds over top of Russ Bovair.
Looks like Sonny Benfield's going to take his shot into the pits.
Yep, I don't
Take
blame
his
him.
set of tires. Yep.
And the one who's been out there actually the longest is Brian Wiggins, coming down on lap 120.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Well, if Wiggins can stay out, unfortunately he's about 25 seconds off pace here, though.
Yeesh.
Yeah. He might have his hands full here in a little bit.
But he's on the lead lap.
Yeah, for now. He'll have to pit first.
Yeah, currently we have 4
Here he
on
comes.
the lead lap. Oh,
So we're seeing a maximum about 47 laps. He was able to stretch it out. So that should give you a peace of mind here what Cody Porter's able to do.
and considering he came in, his last lap was 31.1. I mean, that is respectable.
Right. Right now, I would say Cody Porter might have this one set up. I think 174 may be the number he can aim for, knowing that's as far as he can go.
Okay. Yeah, you always like to come in the last 18 to 20 laps and have those fresh tires and tank of gas or half a tank of gas, depending on if you like the back end of your car heavier or not. So that would time him just about right.
Yep. He'll be able to breeze through the track, seeing how worn in everybody else's tires are. I'm just impressed to see him still hanging out there. And Russ Bovair coming on down.
Okay. Now, of our fellas still running, Clint Mata has the oldest tires at 125, but he currently is 3 laps behind. So there he goes. In with Brian Wiggins. Go get some new tires. Last holdout, Cody Porter.
Yeah, we're currently sitting on here with Cody Porter, looking to see if he was doing any fuel savings here, and does not appear so.
No lifting, no clutching, no
Nope.
coasting.
Here he comes.
Whew. Wow.
So for
This
this will leave him a decent amount of time. So 172 is when you're going to see him entering the pit box here, and leaving Justin Cope about 31 seconds behind. So Cope trying to make up as much time, but he needs to conserve.
What is our normal pit lane time with, here he comes. Cody
About
Porter's
43
coming out.
seconds.
43 plus his 15.
Cody
Okay.
Porter just hit a 41.83.
Okay.
Enough fuel to make it to the end. Now, Porter going to be looking to run him down, although Cope has an 8.5 second lead.
Well, it's better than the 30-second lead that Porter had on Cope.
Yep.
He at least can see him.
Yeah, so it's showing Porter. 171 he came down. Justin Cope, 158 is when he came down. See how it happens.
Yeah, I would be impressed if Cope could hold him off.
Yeah, there's a good chance he's going to slowly shave this one down, and it won't be long. The only thing that would
Yeah.
really scrub this is if it ends up getting a late race caution here.
Yes. But at that point, who do you think still has a set of tires?
Oh, Cope. He's only been down
Yes.
4 times here tonight. Sikosi's only been down
Exactly.
4 times. But that leaves him an extremely limited amount of time to make the passes. So,
So, but, okay, so you say Cody Porter stays out and the 2 of them come in, but they're still, the only ones on the lead lap is 1 through 4. Johnny Avila would probably get a wave around. So you've got the top 5 in a shootout, and at that point you'd have, I think everybody would come down, at
Yeah.
least for fuel.
yeah. Well, everybody come down for their last set of tires. I mean, remember
Right.
Cody Porter and Russ Bovair, they came down an extra time for fuel. For an extra spat of fuel. That way they could stretch it out just a little bit farther.
Ah, in the beginning.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Because I was counting how many times they had come down.
Yep.
And you can guarantee Mark and Justin have them because they've only come down 4 times, but the other fellas have come down 6. But like you say, maybe just fuel that one time. Okay. Honestly, a late race caution might not be a terrible thing.
Well, it would probably save Justin Cope here, as he's now down about 4 3/4 of a second, now 4.5.
Ooh.
Yep. And that is a matter of about 4 laps.
I was just going to say, so we're looking at just under a second a lap he's gaining on him?
Yep.
Woohoo. All right, with 24 to go, he's definitely going to find him before the finish line. Ryan Wiggins down in pit stall for 4 minutes.
Yep.
Something happened to him again.
Oof.
Yeah, bit of a rearrangement there on the front left.
Yep. Hard shot on that side. This is Cope through 1 and 2. Cody Porter, here he comes. Oh, better not fall behind.
That is true. We haven't spoken of him, and he is right there in the mix. Now, Mark Sikosi, on the other hand, he is back there, almost 20 seconds behind third place.
All right, we are to less than 3 now for Justin Cope.
That means he can see him in his rear view.
Yeah, now as the tire starts settling in, 1.2 seconds faster than our leader. That's the quick speed here out of Cody Porter. I think Russ Beauvais is at least trying to keep Porter close here. See if Cope tries to hold up Porter at all. So Beauvais can get close and try to see if he can make him for a late race pass. 19 laps left to go.
Yeah, if these two clash too much, Beauvais is sitting in the catbird seat.
Ooh.
And no clash at all. Just high and by.
Yep. Now, Cope doesn't want to get in any of that fight. Just, hey, you know, if you're faster, go ahead and let them all by.
Yeah, with 10 plus laps, fresher tires, I don't guess he really but look at Beauvais coming on.
Yep.
My.
Let's see if we can take a peek at what happened.
Oh, good. To Brian Wiggins. Coming in to pit.
Yeah, this is before any damage. Something tells me after he left pit lane, we got a ton of damage. Something tells me a new set of tires.
Oh. He did the pit lane curly Q. Yep. Ow.
Yep,
Okay,
that's
and
what
then
did it. That was the end of his night.
Yep. Limps back around. Wow.
So Cope going to be able to hold on comfortably on the third. 22 seconds before Sikosi could find him.
Yeah, and he is not that far off. He's only like 2-3 laps tire to tire, comparisons. So I don't see him gaining too much on Justin Cope. Not enough to make up that kind of a gap in 15 laps.
No.
Okay, Doggy, it sounds like you speak from experience. Is that another lap down for Stony Benfield?
Yep. Should, I believe, put him down 2. Look at Russ Beauvais, Cody Porter. Yep, he's going to take us with 13 laps left to go here at the Coca-Cola 600. Appreciate you guys joining us here at SimTraX Broadcasting. We're here at Lowe's Motor Speedway. No better time than now to sign up for the NSR series. I think some are chickening out there because of points. They're worried about not being able to make it. If you were within 400 points of the leader, you still make the playoffs. And anything can happen out there. Cody Porter's going to be coming away, I believe, unless a catastrophe happens out there, with his first win. As right now, Bovair is actually starting to reel him in just a hair. No, Stella, I don't know about you, but I seriously doubt that, seeing how Cody Porter ran that last stint he had. I would say Cody Porter might just be laying it off just a little bit, playing it safe.
Would you take the risk of doing a loop or tagging a wall? I wouldn't. Have to figure out what year. For a while, Charlotte actually had the biggest TV in a sport venue.
Yep, had.
And Texas, of course, had to outdo them.
Of course.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
Yeah. That's like Tennessee had the biggest Buc-ee's, and now they don't. Texas had to go back and get it again.
16,000 square feet of viewing pleasure. That's insane. 200 feet wide and 80 feet tall.
With 9 million LEDs. That's when you better make sure you had a close shave. You'll be able to smell your breath on that television. All right, so 26. Look at him go. Justin Williams currently passing Johnny Avila. But both are in the back 40. So Avila will not lose his 5th place position.
No.
7 laps to go. Rush Bovair is within a second. Cody Porter at this point. He catches enough of this lap traffic. Bovair has a serious chance of catching up and making this a race to the finish.
I would say that's going to be a big if, because he's also going to fight through that traffic.
Depends whose teammates are in front of you.
Right. Take a look off the backside here of Mark Sikosi and see if Mr. Sikosi is going to be going a lap down here. I just don't think he's going to have enough time. 3 laps left to go. Bovair up to, well, almost within a second here of being able to catch him. Sikosi's still on the lead lap, though, but for now. Yep, Sikosi going to go in and let him on by. Isn't that crazy, Stella? 200 laps and the only one still on the lead lap. lap are our top 3.
Yes. Our podium finishers are our only finishers.
Wow. Definitely changes it up a little bit there. Yes, it does.
All right. Well, I was taking a look at some of the points available here. So we have several fellas who will get a point for lap led. Which one of them do you think will get most laps led point?
Probably Cody at this point.
Cody Porter. I didn't know if Justin Cope had held out on that one. Fastest lap. Looks like Johnny Avila would get that with the fastest lap.
I believe so, yes.
And pole position. So there's 2 for him. 50% of the race, 1 point. We've got our 10 guys still rolling. And 50% of the race with no incident points. Now that is one that's up for grabs. So Cody Porter, winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Yeah, not bad here by Cody Porter, coming away with the win. Definitely did it in a commanding style. Got a great turnout out there. Definitely able to come away and figure out what he needed to do pit stop wise and never looked back.
There we go.
All righty, Stella, you ready to have a chat with our drivers here?
I will go do my best to find them and bring them to you.
All righty, hang on, guys, and we'll be right back. All right, getting quickly here to our lightning round. Justin Cope, what a race it was, man. 3rd place. You were nervous about a loose car, but it seemed to come into play here pretty good tonight. How many adjustments did you have to make to try to keep that car fast?
I think I ended up shooting myself in the foot, man. Yeah, it just got worse throughout the night. Tried to make a little few changes here and there, and it never was the same after that first, 50, 60 laps. It just, I don't know if the track cooled down or rubbered up. I don't know what happened, but it just was too loose off exit.
And Stoney Benfield was saying he was worried about being too tight out there. Is this something that kind of tumbles around in your mind when you head to a track like Bristol, where we kind of bowl shape the track and then try to let you guys rip at it?
Yeah, Bristol's gonna be interesting. I've not really had a good history there, so just see how it plays out. Have to put in some work for sure. We really didn't have enough time this week to really dial a set in. We sort of threw it together, and it kind of showed. Me, Wiggins, and Scotia, we was all struggling with the loose on exit deal.
Man, well, hopefully you guys are able to straighten it up when you head to Bristol. Go and give me a shout out, sir, Justin.
Yeah, shout out to my family and friends for watching, and shout out to the boys in the league showing up every Saturday night. Appreciate it.
All right.
Appreciate you guys too.
Oh yeah. All right, Justin. Try to rope some more people in here, and let's get to racing, buddy. Good luck to you next week.
All right, thanks.
All right, that's going to be Justin Cope. He's going to be going ahead and figuring out what he needs to do with his team for next week. But that moves us on to Russ Bover, who I think he just didn't have enough time to make it to the end to see if he could run down Cody Porter. Russ, right here at the end, a little lap traffic get you jammed up.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't gonna try to push it too hard either. We were so close on pace that I think even if I got to him making the pass, it'd have been tough. And I'm just fortunate to have gotten to that position for my little mishap on the caution on 35.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a tumble up there on 35, but everything's squared away and still fast out there on the track. I would say, what was the toughest part you found about that? Kind of getting this race car dialed in tonight.
It was, for me, what I had set up, I just didn't really have any options. Like there was kind of just one gear to run. I mean, you could save a little bit, but if I pushed it any harder, it just instantly would be, tight in center and loose off. So just pretty much putting it in cruise control and patient.
Boy, well, that's not going to be something you can use at Bristol Motor Speedway next
Yeah,
week.
it's there.
Yeah, so we got to figure out what you're going to do there. So we'll kind of hold our breath and see if that number 16 can keep coming in podium position. So far, you seem to be doing really well here and not bad for joining up here with the league, especially SimTraX being able to come on and watch that number 16 do its work. Go ahead and give me a shout-out, sir, bud.
I'd just like to thank everyone over at Nitro Racing, helping work on the setups and the league here, and you guys always broadcast, always great for. That's it.
All right, Russ. Good luck to you, buddy, and we'll see what you can do at the concrete half mile there.
All right, thank you.
Take it easy. All right, Russ Bover, what a job that was, and we kind of nixed it there as we watched Cody Porter a couple of times around the track going, man, what in the world? This guy's got this thing on a rail. Cody Porter, man, you had the setup here tonight and definitely had a couple different strategies. Did the race turn around for you when you came down to just, when you came down into pit road to top off on fuel, I think back on the lap 34 caution?
Yeah, I wanted to pull a little bit of strategy out the hat. I knew we had a winning setup, winning car. I felt really good, put a lot of time into it, but I still wanted to have an advantage with tires if I could, so I knew if I could push it long on every cycle that I wanted to. I was hoping to go green, but we had a caution around, I think, lap 30 or something like that, so it kind of threw a wrench into that plans, but we still came out around like position 5, and we just pushed around there, saved a little bit of fuel, still pushed a little bit long in the next cycle and saved tires and came out on top.
Boy, yeah, a couple of things could need to be changed out there. I know for Justin Cope, he's kind of hanging his head right now saying he just couldn't get that car to stop getting loose. We rode along inside of your car there a couple of times, and it seemed that thing was just on a rail here tonight, man. You didn't seem to have any deviation from line to line when you raced around these turns. I mean, it was this kind of practice and nailed down as a solid game plan here?
Oh, 100%. I knew what I wanted in the car. Me, Johnny, and Stoney worked on the setup. We know we wanted some good turn on entry, and we wanted it to be stable on exit. We try not to sacrifice either, and I think we hit it right on the nail. We saved the entire race, so if we wanted to go faster, I think we could have. And Russ was right there with us. I think Russ nailed his setup pretty dang good on too.
Yeah, he said, I think if he had more time and maybe a little less lap traffic, might have had something, but he said he didn't want to push it too hard, but unfortunately Bristol is not that way. A lot of people make mistakes at Bristol. A short track, you can avoid a lot of the wrecks, but you've also got to be able to see the track. And there's one adjustment that a lot of people overlook. But Cody Porter, awesome job, man. We'll see how you do at Bristol. Go ahead and give me a shout-out before we let you celebrate with your team.
Thank you. I got a thank everybody on the team, Johnny and Stoney. I thank LR Spico, and I got to thank you guys. Awesome broadcast. Love watching that back.
Cool. Thanks, buddy. Now we just got to get more cars on the field.
Yes, sir.
We'll try to see if we can rope in another 15 more, and I think we'll be in good shape. All right, Cody Porter, congratulations on your win here at the Coca-Cola 600, the longest race of the year, and we'll see what you got for us at the Food City 500.
Thank you. You guys have a good one.
You too.
Thank you.
All right, Cody Porter coming away with the win here tonight is Stella. I said it once, I'll say it again. Guys, there's no better time than now to go ahead and sign up with the NSR League. Not only are they running the technically the ARCA cars here, but with 900 horsepower for what we call the Gen 4s, and then the new ARCA cars that they're going to be running. I'm not 110% sure on the day that they'll be running those. Stella, but what an interesting race here, and it did kind of come down at the very end all the way to some pit strategy and definitely the setup of the car. So you gotta love this being an open setup league where guys are kind of dependent on being able to fix the car to their liking rather than having to change their driving style to the car.
Agreed. And just to let you know, it looks like we've had 3 people sign up into the Discord to talk to the gentleman about racing just since we've been on air. So I think that's wonderful. Let's see you get out there on the track next week.
Excellent. There's no reason you can't join up, guys. If you got steering wheel, pedals, and a shifter and a decent computer, nothing's stopping you now. Go ahead and sign up. But that's going to do us for us at SimTraX Broadcasting, bringing you the NSR series here on this fine Saturday night. Next time I'll see you guys will be on Monday with the NORA Racing League. But until then, be well, be safe, be kind. We'll see you there.